All right, so when we last left off reading, we saw that Katie opened the gift from her mother and it was an empty box. After she looked at her mother to see if she was joking, her mother did pass away. So we're going to start from the top of page 3. Mama, I cried, and to the nurses and doctors I screamed, do something. And because the room had suddenly become so silent, my voice echoed back at me, Mama, do something. I cried steadily for, I think, a week. Then I cried at night for a couple of months. And then for about a year, I cried at anniversaries, like Mama's birthday or mine, at Thanksgiving, on Mother's Day. I stopped writing. I stopped reading except for school assignments. I was pretty mean to my half brothers and totally rotten to my stepmother and dad. I felt empty and angry, and they all left me pretty much alone. And then one night, right after my first birthday without Mama, I woke up remembering how she had said, it's you. Now, Mama had been a high school English teacher and a writer herself. She'd had poems published in little magazines. She didn't use words carelessly. In the end, she could hardly use any words at all. So I asked myself in that dark room, why had she said, it's you? Why were they the very last words she'd ever said to me, forced out with her last breath? I turned on the bedside light and got out of bed. The room was full of shadows, not all of them real. Pulling the desk chair over to my closet, I climbed up and felt along the top shelf, and against the back wall there was my birthday box, just where I had thrown it the day I had moved in with my dad. I pulled it open and opened it. It was as empty as the day I had put it away. It's you, I whispered to the box. And then suddenly I knew. Mama had meant that I was the box, solid and sturdy, maybe even beautiful, or at least interesting on the outside. But I had to fill up the box to make it all it could be, and I had to fill me up as well. She had guessed what might happen to me, had told me in a subtle way, in the 2 words she could manage. I stopped crying and got some paper out of the desk drawer. I got out my fountain pen. I started writing, and I haven't stopped since. The first thing I wrote about was about that birthday. I put it in the box, and pretty soon that box was overflowing with stories, and poems, and memories. And so was I. And so was I. All right, so that includes our read aloud of Birthday Box. You can now tune in to Mrs. Pizzoni's mini lesson and check out some of her examples.